I'm not dead. That sounds like something interesting.
Reindeer are unusual. A little strange, actually. Odd looking, out of proportion. They don't fit in. Do you ever feel like that around the holiday season? Me too. And we're not alone. As a kid, I took a lot of ribbing over my last name, Dancer, around the holidays. But it was okay. It made me feel important and somehow connected to Christmas. But the more commercialized the holiday season becomes, the less attraction it has for me. Like the reindeer, I too am a bit strange. I feel like Charlie Brown spinning my wheels trying to figure out how to do Christmas without all the trappings and trimmings. The older I get, the more real I need things to be. Truth matters. For the next 28 minutes, you and me are going on an adventure. A search for, I don't know, I guess I'm looking for something real about Christmas. You ready? We begin at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Eugene. Why? You're about to find out.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Whether you see Christ as a historical figure, or someone you follow, or a savior, his life and the celebration that bear his name have very little in common. Christmas is more about buying and selling and getting, and the stress than it is the things Christ represented, which were serving and giving and challenging the status quo and taking care of the poor. Christmas celebrations tend to focus on marketing, money, excess, and overdoing it. Christ was drawn not to the powerful and the mighty, but to folks who were often ignored. We heard a story about a man and his unusually large heart. His name is Billy. So you must be Billy.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy.
How you doing?
No, thanks for meeting me. I appreciate it. So tell me what happened when you met these people. It was right here, right?
Yeah, I was right over here on the other side of the bushes here. I was sitting on a table, and they were out here just laying in the grass sleeping. And when they woke up, they came over and asked me if I knew where to find any blankets or anything, because they were cold and all their stuff got stolen. And at that time, I didn't know of any place that was open. So I thought, well, I got some sleeping bags at home in the shed that just sitting there. And so I went and got some food, some sandwiches and some chips and some drinks, and I brought it back to them.
Why'd you do that?
It's kindness in my heart. I just felt sorry for them. I don't have a lot myself, but what I do have, I don't mind giving it if I haven't.
Now why? That's not real normal in our culture, Billy.
Right. Well, it's just the right thing to do. It's not about me. I got a nice warm house to go home to, and they don't, so I didn't need it. I gave it to them.
But it didn't stop there. So then you got this idea with the church that you work for.
Yeah. I got together with my church, Lamech Christian Center, and talked to Bill Randall, and through November to December, we did a drive. We collected 45 sleeping bags, and we took it downtown to First Christian Center, and we donated it to them, and just in the nick of time, too.
45 sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Sleeping bags aren't cheap.
No.
So how do more people get to be like what you're like? It seems like we all want to collect and gather more and more and more. And here you're a guy, and you say you're of simple means, so you don't have a ton of stuff in your life, and you just don't care?
No, I don't care. I mean, if I have it and I'm not using it at the time, they could use it. Why not? Just give it to them.
So where does that come from?
Probably just uprising. I mean, I was brought up in the family that had, that didn't have a lot. And so I guess if you don't have a lot, you don't mind sharing it because you're used not to having a lot.
Would you describe your life as tough?
Yeah, my life's been tough. My whole family's life has been tough, but you know, we share. It's just the way we are. It's the way we were brought up.
So what's tough? Explain what tough is to me, could you?
Live check to paycheck. You know, don't always have food in the house. You know, going to food boxes. You know, getting food out. You know, from the food places and stuff like that.
And that's how you live.
Right.
That's normal for you.
That's normal.
It kind of blows me away a little bit, if I'm honest with you, because I think, how do you do that? I think that's amazing. That's why we're talking to you.
Right.
You inspire me.
Thank you.
I'm looking for what Christmas really is supposed to look like, and I think it's supposed to look like you.
If you're not going to use it, why let it sit and not be used?
That's kind of what the original Christmas was all about, wasn't it?
Yes.
Hope.
Mm-hmm. And giving. It's not about receiving, it's about giving.
And you really believe that?
Yes.
And you live it?
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
I like you, Billy.
I like you too.
Yeah, I like your spirit.
There's a lot of people who are just starting work right now, graveyard shifts, swing shifts. They couldn't normally get breakfast after 10:30 a.m., but now they can. So we're gonna go out there and surprise them with McGriddles and biscuits. Let's go.
I love breakfast. It's like my favorite meal of the day.
This was the #1 requested menu item from our customers, and we're so happy that we can now give them the McGriddles and the biscuits.
I work from 5 to 1:30 in the morning, and it's amazing to be able to get my favorite food at that certain time of night.
And we've made a lot of changes to menu items on the all-day breakfast lineup, such as the sausage patties and the folded omelet-style eggs on the McGriddles now have no preservatives, artificial flavors, or artificial colors.
I don't start work until 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I get off at 2:30 in the morning, so there isn't exactly a lot of food options available. This pretty much solves that problem. Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's a great way to build relationships.
If you're looking for a barber who understands the art of cutting hair, Francesco Michelli is the man. This guy really knows what he's doing. He takes his time, he understands his customer, and he knows what makes you look good. They even do the little extras, like a straight razor shave to get those little hairs off of all those places. Yep, even the top of ears. I'm telling you, if you want a good haircut, somebody who knows what they're doing, a true artist, go to my barber. Fresh cut. Francesco Michelli. He's the man. 541-357-6903.
Millennials. Lazy, spoiled, entitled, irresponsible. But are we? You know, it's funny though, because that's the same things that were being said about our parents when they were our age. I just don't buy it. All you hear in the media is that the world's going to hell. I want to feel like my voice matters. I want to feel like I have a place in this world. I want to hear about the good things that are happening in the world. So let's talk about all this real stuff. Let's have these conversations. I mean, why not?
I want people to know that there's hope.
Hope is not something people like Ann Havelock come by easily.
The hell with this. I can't take it anymore. That's how bad the bad days are.
Ann is one of roughly 500,000 people in the United States living with scleroderma.
You just feel like you have nothing left in your body. It's dead.
You want to fix it, and you can't. There's nothing you can do except be there for her.
Scleroderma is an autoimmune disease. Instead of your immune system protecting you from germs and bacteria, it actually attacks its own cells.
And when you have systemic diffuse scleroderma, that's the worst kind you can have. It can affect every part of your body, every organ you have, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth, your whole body, inside and out. And the only thing that hasn't attacked me with so far is my liver.
In 2005, 2 years before scleroderma symptoms showed up, Ann donated one of her kidneys to a friend. She didn't know how badly she would need that kidney today.
I could use a new kidney, yes. At the same time, they really believe I'd die on the operating table because I have 3 lung diseases and my scleroderma.
In 2013, Ann shared her story in this video. She went years without a diagnosis because doctors didn't know much about scleroderma.
In October 2007, my hands got cold. And then they started getting really painful. And after 5 years, the scleroderma itself abates with some people.
Early diagnosis is the key. The longer scleroderma is allowed to go undiagnosed, the more irreparable damage is done to the body.
My kidney damage is irreversible, and my lungs are irreversible, my heart's irreversible. People expect when you go to the doctor that you're going to get fixed because they're the professionals and you're the patient, right? But in this case, we're actually the professionals. There is what we do.
Ann started the Scleroderma Angel Foundation as a way of connecting people all over the world, educating medical staff, and keeping others from going years without a diagnosis.
She takes a lot of people and she brings them up. She lifts them up with her heart and her soul, her mind. Just plain hell for her. But she's got the strength of 10 elephants.
I had to depend on me to do whatever.
It was a great life that we'd planned.
Ann and Ray understand they can't go back.
What have I learned from all? You can overcome anything in this world if you have faith in God and believe in yourself.
Ann's story is sad. Her story is difficult. Scleroderma has ravaged her body.
What she has been through with this disease, you can't even imagine. You can't. Even, excuse me.
I am not a victim of this disease, and I'm going to continue to kick its butt for as long as I can.
Ann's story is one of faith, trust, and learning to find joy in the unlikely places it sometimes likes to hide.
Pray for a cure for scleroderma. I really don't have any fear. If I die tomorrow, I have no regrets. I've lived a good life and I have a love that people dream about having in their lives, and I've had one for over 51 years. You are my sunshine.
There is something about tragedy that either tears us apart or links us together far stronger than ever before.
Scleroderma, no, it'll never defeat my soul. Never.
So you gonna go with me?
Which one?
That one I said. Had to do that.
It's easy to forget the meaning behind the tradition. Our culture craves marketing any celebration that it can. We sat down with a new friend of mine, Rabbi Yitzhak Husbands Hankins, to talk about the importance of the meaning behind our festivals.
There's a challenge for us all. There's a deep spiritual essence to the festivals. They really weren't about the marketplace and what we'll buy, what we'll consume. The lessons, the essence of, I can speak from the Jewish tradition, and I trust wholeheartedly that the Christian tradition has a parallel spiritual essence that is somehow getting covered by the materialism of our society today. For Jewish tradition, Hanukkah is about light in the darkness. It's about believing in a dimension of reality that's beyond material. It is about spirit. To indulge in what I would have to say from a personal perspective might be senseless consumption of stuff that has nothing to do with the meaning of Hanukkah, would be a missed opportunity to really elevate the moment, to not diminish one another in this world, but to truly seek to see the best, the godly aspect in each person. And I would like to say that I think that that's what the Hanukkah light is, to help us seek and to look for and hopefully to see.
And I hope that in the Christian faith, that's what we're looking for, not another sale and another, another Christmas present for so and so. And I hope that's what we're doing.
I'm sure that you are. It's a real pleasure to spend some
Rabbi,
time
thank
with
you so much for sharing
this with us. It's a delight to
us.
spend time with you.
Yeah,
truly.
Credibility is huge. I mean, you put the facts together and you tell the story, the complete picture, then that builds your credibility. Trust is key, because if they don't trust what it is that you're doing every single week, then they're not going to subscribe to the paper, they're not going to buy the paper, they're going to look for other sources to find the news that they want. The best way to stay informed is pick up the paper, and if it's not in the paper, let us know that it's not in the paper so we can go find who we need to get that story. It is about them. It's about the community. That's what the paper is. It's the community paper for Cottage Grove.
Looking for something fun for the whole family to beat boredom, be active, and have a splashing good time? For less than the cost of going to the movies, you can bring the whole family to Splash, where the weather is always perfect, the surf's always up, and no sunscreen is required. Pack a towel and head to Splash at Lively Park in Springfield. For more information, go to willamalane.org. Splash at Lively Park. It's waves of fun.
Christmas is supposed to be radical. Christmas should be disturbing. Christmas is passionate, and passion isn't found on a Christmas list or at the mall. It's found in pain and in life, in good days and bad days. It's found in a willingness to start over. While shooting video for this special, we stopped in the Whitaker neighborhood of Eugene. We parked in front of a building we'd never paid much attention to and discovered another untold story.
It's hard to play out here. The Jesco rents the hall for NA and AA meetings, all 12-step stuff, and it's a fellowship.
So you're a heroin addict?
Yes, ex-heroin addict and a crackhead.
And how long have you been off?
I'll tell you, 5 years and 8 months.
So
5 years and 9 months.
What is Christmas to you?
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick. I hated the holidays until I got clean. Christmas was sad for me because I didn't want to be alone. And since I've been clean, and I'm not bullshitting it, so, I've had great Christmas means to me being with all these folks, and it's good stuff.
So why do you get teary when you talk about that?
I don't know why. Just because it's a happy thing for me. Because I was looking for stuff like that. People have become friends here.
And you're all getting clean.
Yes.
Do you think people would be amazed what goes on in this building?
Would
here in the heart of the Wit is this little place that just is.
I think they would. Sometimes I'm amazed. I'm really so thankful to be here.
So isn't that what Christmas is really about?
Yeah, you're making me cry.
Because it's good, isn't it?
Yes, it's a great thing. Yeah.
So do you think too many people, maybe we live our lives too much on our own?
Yes.
Maybe
Together.
it's okay to depend on other people?
Totally. Yeah, that's this whole secret. Don't be in isolation.
That's what you didn't understand, huh?
That's what we do in our
I understood it, but I didn't know how to do it. That's the difference.
And now you do.
And now I do.
Okay.
Just be honest.
Merry Christmas.
It was great to meet you.
Yeah, it's Merry Christmas.
All right.
To you.
Yeah,
No, really
it was
good
fun.
idea.
Christmas is supposed to be hope for the hopeless, not just another sale. It's about a second chance, or a third, or a fourth. Christmas is about changing the way you think of the world around you. But come on, Rick, celebrations are not all about seriousness and introspection. They're about community and a willingness to stop and participate in what's going on around you. Taking time just to sit down and see the stuff that's happening on the streets.
They call me back to Santa. Come around by the break of day. Call me back to Santa. Make my rounds by the break of day. Keep all the little girls happy when their boys are out to play. Ain't like old Saint Nick, he only come round about once a year. Ain't like old Saint Nick, he only come round but once a year. But I come running with my presents, honey, every time you call me dear. Keep some change in my pocket in case the children are home. I give my $20 bill so we can be alone. I keep the back door open in case someone smells a mouse. Oh, say I'll be in big trouble if there ain't no chimney in the house. There they call me back to Santa. Come round by the break of day. Keep all the little girls happy while their boys are out to play.
One of our favorite restaurants in town in Springfield is Ranchito Grill. And I don't say something's my favorite if it's not. I mean, not only do they have the best food, good quality, it's really great Mexican food, and it's authentic, except for the cheese. Abe will tell you, in Mexico they don't use cheese, but in America we like cheese so much they add cheese to it. But everything else is super authentic, and I send people there all the time and they love it. Ruben knows he's going to get busy right after the show airs because you guys all watch this, your mouths start to water, and then you go down there and you get something to eat. So every month what we do with Ruben and Abe over there at Ranchito Grill is we give away 2 free dinners to somebody who fills out their name and a phone number, puts it in the bucket right by the Rick Dancer TV sign at Ranchito Grill in Springfield. And this month the winner is Jeff Tomlin. So Jeff, I'm going to call you, but you go in there and you get 2 free dinners on us and them. Also, I want to remind you the Hometown Savvy magazine is out, and Ranchito Grill always has a huge section in there with all kinds of coupons from lunch to dinner that you can save a bundle. So give it a shot. You're going to love this place. When you go in there, tell them you saw it on Rick Dancer TV and enjoy yourself, and don't forget to sign up for the free drawing.
Now tonight we want to leave with this. Over the years, I think I've interviewed thousands and thousands of people, and a lot of them have touched me in very personal ways, but none as much as this man you're about to meet. He changed the way I think about so many things. We went back and we found Jimmy Reynolds. Take a look. A few years ago, while interviewing a man named Jimmy Reynolds, my view of life, God, and other people was changed by one thought. Jimmy has elephantiasis. I asked him, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Jimmy said something that rocked my world.
I was made in God's image. So therefore, I must look like God.
Yes, Jimmy said he was created in the image of God. Therefore, God must look like him. I was floored. What if Jimmy is right? What if God doesn't look like all the paintings or the Hollywood stars or even George Burns, for goodness sake? What if God looks more like Jimmy Reynolds? You have to admit, that changes everything.
Imagine that.
It really does make you wonder. I love that guy. Well, until next week, keep those good ideas percolating.
I grew up on the Mackenzie River. You know, I've always kind of liked taking pictures, and the drone just kind of really opened that up for me. And I run a page, Mackenzie River Drone Photography, on Facebook, and share all my stuff on there, and it's been pretty exciting. I think it's just a different perspective on everything. You know, people don't usually see things from the bird's eye, so it's just gives them something to look at differently. It gives me you know, a different view on things. When I was a kid, I always wanted to you know, fly over the area where I lived in an airplane, and I figured this was the closest way to get a good view. So, you know, that's kind of why I started. So my dusting in Oregon video had a reach of, you know, 200-something thousand people, 90,000 views, and still climbing.